In this video, I'll be showing you how you as a geospatial company, as a software company, as a location intelligence company can make more money. So, starting out, I'll quickly review my funnel, what your funnel should look like, and some verticals, and how this process should go. So you see, I worked in geospatial for like 3 years now, and this is what I see in most businesses. They have a software team, they have somebody doing marketing, if they even do, and possibly somebody doing sales, maybe not. It kind of depends on whether or not their whole business model is around like subscriptions on one side or on the other side. Kind of depends on if they have an enterprise solution or if they just sell a product as a product with like free tier or like cheap subscriptions as a simple add-on. Maybe even they sell an API or something, right? That being said, this is what it should look like if you sell high ticket. So if you actually want to make money, this is what that should look like. This is what my funnel looks like as a growth consultant for geospatial software companies, right? And to be honest, not even just geospatial software, it's like geospatial and location intelligence software. Maybe you do something with spatial data, some sort of software that has spatial data or maps or whatever. I can help you. So this is what that should look like, right? My target audience is what I identified first. So geospatial software businesses, you as a geospatial software business are my target audience. Next, or well, as I said, like location intelligence software companies, whatever. We find watering holes and contacts where you are potentially on YouTube, potentially or on LinkedIn, potentially or on Twitter, right? So that's what I identified as watering holes. But to make it even more specific, you can go into like communities. I go into like communities and I find these exact people that are decision makers within this niche, right? Next step is we start DMing those people. Whoa. So from there we have two setters. I have two setters. And basically we connect you on that content platform by following you or having you follow my account or one of my accounts, right? Then we try to talk to you, which are like a human, and we get you on a free call. Now in that call, I'm just describing to you whatever I'm describing to you now, pretty much basically. However, I'm also identifying like, okay, what are you doing in your business? What can I help with? And whatever that should look like in case you want to run with this funnel. So the next step is maybe you haven't made up your mind for some reason because you don't want more money, you don't want more appointments, you don't want to grow your business, right? And you don't buy into my offer, right? Cool. I connect you on a content platform because chances are you have a LinkedIn account. I connect you on LinkedIn and you see all of my content from other clients, from other people, and all of the success that they have, and you're like, oh, maybe I should hop on the call with this guy again in like 3 months down the line, right? So there I post resources, I post testimonials, I show you whatever I'm showing you now. So this is the content I'm posting on YouTube, X, and possibly LinkedIn. But it's not just that, it's also the testimonials, right? So this is more of a resource, this is more of an asset, but resources. That's a primary, very powerful marketing asset. However, testimonials are even more powerful because it shows that I have already got clients who are successful with this. Next, you see that, you go to my website, maybe you book another call, or you just sign up to the newsletter, right? Because this newsletter, I do the same thing. I pack it with value like videos like this. I pack it with value with emails that I write, with content that I write, with insights that I found. And from there, you can hop on a call again. Or you could go to my website and just, I don't know, maybe I'll have a blog at some point. Or just book a call right away, right? So even in case you do not buy my thing, you do not buy my offer, I put you back into a nurturing sequence so that 2 or 3 months down the line, you still want to buy the product. Or at least you still see the success of my product and you're like, okay, this is a cool guy, and you grow my business and my reach, right? Or you just don't like it at all and you unsubscribe to everything because you do not want to grow your business and you do not want more money, right? I mean, there's people like that, they don't care, so whatever. I don't just do the client acquisition, and I don't just throw the people who do not want to grow their business or buy my offer. I add them on the content platform. This is my funnel, right? And this is the client acquisition. I identify you as a target audience because you're a geospatial software business or something along those lines, and you want watering holes and contacts. You're in places, you're in communities, you're on LinkedIn, you're in groups, you have connections. And so I found the places that you're in, which is why you're watching this video. Because either you're watching YouTube, or you're watching my tweets on Twitter and you came to my YouTube channel, or you've been on my website, whatever. I know the places you're hanging out in, and that's how you came up on this video, right? So next, if I find the places where you or a colleague of yours or someone just like you is hanging out, my setters go and reach out to you. Hello, how are you doing? Do you want to grow your business? No? Okay, check out our content. Yes? Okay, get on the free call. And I do the same thing. Do you want to grow your business? Okay, sure, let's do it. And then either you tell me, yes, I do want to do that, or you tell me, no, I don't want to do that right now for whatever reason, because you do not like growing your business. So you go and connect me on LinkedIn, or I connect you on LinkedIn probably. And from there, you're going to keep being indoctrinated with my content, because now you see my YouTube videos. So maybe you subscribe to my YouTube channel. If not, I highly encourage you to do that. Or you have me on LinkedIn, or you follow me on Twitter. So you're continuously being indoctrinated with my content, because it's good, right? Or you like my content. I don't know what it is, but people watch this. So it's the one thing I do know. So I give you resources to help you grow your business, even though I'm not doing the implementation. I give you the tips, I give you the insights. I even tell you exactly what I do in my business. Like I'm leaking my whole offer, my whole funnel. And you watch that. And maybe you even see testimonials of other clients. And from there, either you go into my newsletter because you subscribe to my newsletter, or you go to my community because you joined my community, or you're on my website and you subscribe to the newsletter. Either of which then results in you getting in a call again. Maybe it's 2-3 months down the line. Maybe I'll see you in 2-3 months. Hopefully, I'll see you there, right? I mean, if you don't want to grow your business now, you can grow your business in 2-3 months. I mean, I'm not here to stop you from growing your business, but experience some urgency, right? So I'm here. You can get on a call with me. If you want more appointments, you hop on the call with me and we'll get you more appointments. If you don't want more appointments, then you just keep watching the content for free. You can do that as well. From there, I offer you appointment setting because you want more appointments. Because who doesn't, right? Or your sales team wants more appointments, whatever it may be. So next, you buy into my product, you buy into my offer. And we're gonna do the same exact thing as what I just did for myself. We define the offer per solution because chances are I understand your business and you have multiple solutions or you have multiple offers, right? Because you have shiny object syndrome, you keep wandering around, you don't know which one is actually going to be profitable. You barely tested some of them you actually know are profitable, but you're not doing any sort of outbound or content, or maybe you just don't do enough marketing to actually make them profitable, right? So we're gonna go through this process. We're gonna look at the dream outcome. What does your client who buys into that offer that we chose or that solution that we chose, what do they want? What is their dream outcome? So chances are you'll have built a application, which is a mapping software for construction companies, right? The construction company, what do they want? Well, they want their resources and their materials and their tools to be everywhere on time. So maybe they want some sort of transport planning module in their software. Maybe they want some sort of like drawing module where you like edit the status of each project. You want to win time, essentially. They want to win time and make their stuff profitable. So that's their dream outcome. Next, maybe they have a perceived likelihood of achievement from your solution and the previous content that was out there. Chances are If you have a solution and it doesn't sell itself, the content or the marketing of it is just not there or not that good. So they do not really have a high perceived likelihood of achievement because there's nobody who's doing it, right? If you see testimonials, it's like, oh shit, there's other people doing this, so the chances I can actually do this are pretty high. The chances I can use that solution and get the same results are pretty high. But if they aren't there, or the marketing is not that good, or you don't, I don't know, like present your whole funnel like I do, then there is no perceived likelihood of achievement, or it is just low. But we want it to be high because everything above this line right here, we want it to be high. If you've had math in elementary school or the high school, you understand if you want a high number here as value, as the output of your offer, you want these two factors at the top to be very high. These at the bottom you want to be very low. So the offer that you make and the thing that you sell in your sales call, you want to be able to deliver on very quickly. So basically you just need to set the expectations right. If the expectation is like, okay, I can deliver on this software result or like this software product or the solution in 2 weeks time, that may be pretty long. I don't know, it kind of depends on the solution that you have. Maybe very quick. So the quicker you can do that and the smaller you can make this factor right here, the better. Same thing with effort and sacrifice. If you sell a done for you solution, there's less effort and less sacrifice. Because chances are, look, I'm presenting to you this whole offer, this whole funnel, I mean. So you understand that whenever you get on a call with me, I'm going to do the appointment setting for you, done for you, right? So you know that the effort and sacrifice that you would have to put into appointment setting is nothing crazy. But well, you're watching this video for 15 minutes. You could have already hired an appointment setter or put a job post out there, to be honest. But you know what? Like the effort and sacrifice is just easier. The time delay, same thing. By the way, keep watching. I mean, just keep watching. Time delay. You have a particular time delay on me delivering you the appointment setting. Like there's going to be a small delay on time before you have appointments. As soon as we get off this call, I can't guarantee that you have appointments the next day. However, if you pay me in full, then chances are we can have your appointments the next week. And I don't know what an appointment is worth to you, but you can sign deals that are worth, I don't know, like tens of thousands of dollars. So does it really matter? No. No. Like you'll be fine with the time delay of a week. You'll be fine with the time delay of a month, maybe even. It kind of depends on how quickly you want to grow your business. I'm assuming as quick as possible. So let's get the time delay down, right? So cool. If you pay me in full, we can get the time delay down and I can deliver you value quicker. But the same thing goes for your onboarding process. So the quicker you can actually, after the sales call, deliver the software and actually make a promise and set the expectations right on that sales call, the happier your clients are going to be and the more value you can deliver. So next, define the target audience and sales flow. Now we've kind of done that because we already said like the construction companies, right? Next, we need to onboard them. So we need to have a consistent onboarding flow for the solution for construction companies. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. And honestly, you can do this for every vertical, but we'll just take one out there, make it profitable, move on to the next. I don't know, I actually have this book. Wait 1 second. This is the book, Crossing the Chasm, or the Chasm, whatever. I don't even know how to pronounce it. It's Crossing the Chasm, whatever. And in this book, they describe literally whatever I'm trying to describe to you now. Every single time you are marketing and selling a disruptive product to, in this case, mainstream customers, you want to have a approach where you take each vertical one by one. So let me explain. A vertical, I'll actually go into this bit, a little sidestep. A vertical solution is basically where what I just described. So we have the construction companies, right? That's one of them. A construction company is going to see the testimonial of another construction company that already uses your solution. You market that solution. Maybe you use it in your cold outbound campaigns. Maybe you use it in your ads. Maybe you have a blog post. Maybe you use it in content. I don't care. You market it because that's what you're supposed to do, right? So more leads come in because, well, you've marketed it. So as soon as you market something and you do it properly, leads come in. Those leads you get on a sales call, ideally speaking, and you sell to them. But maybe there's a little bit of like friction there. They're like, okay, but do you have this feature? No, we really need this feature, blah, blah, blah. So maybe you're like, okay, cool, we can build that. And then you give us money for the development phase. Can be a way to go about it, right? Or maybe you say whatever, we'll build it because, well, sure, that's fine, we need it, and then we can also sell it to more people, right? So you sell and develop something, possibly, maybe you just sell right away. It kind of depends on how mature your solution is. And from there, as soon as you've sold, you onboard the client. And guess what happens after you've onboarded the client and you've got them good results, your onboarding process works and it makes sense? Get another testimonial. What can you do with that testimonial? Market it again. So you start, this flywheel starts spinning for that vertical solution, right? Boom. As soon as this is like a process that kind of sells itself, and that's not to say that this is like fully passive. Obviously, you still have to do your marketing, you still have to do your sales, you still have to do your onboarding, but at some point it is profitable, right? Because you've made the decision to focus on that vertical. So considering your vertical, your solution is profitable, and it kind of works on autopilot, like you have somebody doing marketing, you have somebody doing sales, the development team has a little bit of work sometimes, but they do it, right? This kind of sells itself. There's some work involved, but it starts spinning, right? This process will go quicker and quicker and quicker. Because as soon as you onboard like one small construction company, there will be another, there will be another and another, and you have 5 small construction companies. Maybe the biggest construction company in the country says, whoa, this is flipping amazing, and you get them on board. Boom, you sell to them. Maybe you even do a little bit of development, get a high ticket deal, you get a testimonial from the biggest construction company in your country. Sick. 20 new leads come in, 30 new leads come in, 50 new leads come in, because now you've got a solution that works. It doesn't take too much time to deliver because, well, you've already delivered it a couple of times. The marketing is not that hard because you've already marketed and succeeded a couple of times. And the sales is not that hard because you have the testimonial, right? Simple. Because the more simple and the more focused you make it towards one vertical, the easier this is going to be. Cool. Now this process is working. We have the biggest construction company here that is already doing our thing. Let's do something else. Let's get another vertical spinning, right? Let's grow the team. We set up another vertical and we move on to the next. Cool. What next? We have construction companies. Maybe next we want to do urban planning. Maybe next we want to do environmental sciences, right? Whatever it may be. It can be anything. And as you can imagine, you can have like 20 verticals. So if you look at Esri, boom, let's look at industries, right? These industries are basically the verticals that I'm talking about. Let's click all industries. How long is this list? How many lists are there? Like genuinely, right? They have like, how many lists is this? This is probably like 200 industries. I don't know, maybe I'm over exaggerating, but it's like 100 at least. It's more than 100. That's one thing that's for sure. You have all these verticals that you can work on. You have all these. You have all these, right? So each of those verticals you can work in. So why not do it, right? Like, why not do it that way? So going back to the main point, this can be infinite. It can be pretty much infinite. As soon as you have a vertical that works and the wheel spinning, boom, let's get the next wheel spinning. And as that's spinning, let's get the next wheel spinning. So we can get a lot of urban planning testimonials. Boom, we can market that. And that flywheel starts spinning. Esri even has separate like pages for each industry and each country even. So you can imagine like this, you can even make this infinite. Honestly, you can even do this like per country. So there's like another one there and another one there and another one there. And then it's an infinite list on each. So you have each vertical in each country. It's pretty much infinite, right? So as soon as you have a profitable vertical, you can move on to the next vertical, or you can move on to the next country. You can do that as well. You can get an account manager that does that. You can get salespeople that do that for that country. You can get marketers to do it for that country, or you do it for a vertical. I mean, can all work, right? But you just need to make sure that a solution or a vertical that you're working in is profitable before you move on to the next. And that's literally what this book describes. So quickly going back into the book, these are the few things in that book, right? Like the few User groups. So first few user groups, innovators, early adopters, but then from there we have a problem. There's a big flipping gap, and through that big flipping gap you actually need to get into the majority, like the big bucks basically, right? You want to get the majority users, the majority of the market. You want to become like the elephant in the market, right? You want to become the whale. You want to become the big boy. So you need to get to the majority. But how do you do that? As soon as you have already onboarded the early adopters, the innovators, the people actually are tech savvy and actually like your solution and your approach to it, you need to get into the chasm, like the majority of the market. You do that by doing exactly what I just described. You go to a vertical, you make sure you actually obviously already have a bit of an innovative approach, I'm assuming, because otherwise why are you even in the market? Be innovative, because otherwise there's not much future readiness for you. Get into the next vertical, right? You get into the next vertical, and as soon as you have one that is profitable, you can get into the next one. So maybe first you just get a few small organizations in a particular vertical, in a particular niche, and they say, cool, your solution is great, we want to use it, whatever, right? But the next issue that you are going to encounter is we only get the small ones. And now it's really hard to grow. We come to a point where we stagnate, and now we need to find out, okay, how do we adopt the new client? Because now we're in the first bit of the vertical, we're in those first two segments, and we want to get to the majority. You need to make sure that you accelerate the growth, which means getting this flywheel to spin faster. So to get more testimonials, or at least post more testimonials and market them harder, so that you get more leads, so that you can develop more and sell more. And to be honest, maybe the onboarding process can also be development. So take this with a pinch of salt, right? But this is kind of what it comes down to. Sell. And then as soon as you've sold, the quickest way possible, like just get money in your pocket. You don't have to have everything perfectly set up. And otherwise you just upsell more development work in the onboarding process. And make sure that as soon as you have one of those leads, you make them really happy so that each of them loves your solution and you get a testimonial. You gotta keep doing it. But at some point you're gonna stagnate because your solution doesn't fully fit the needs and requirements of the majority, right? You only basically sell to the people who are innovative and the people who are early adopters, because they just love the field, they're continuously seeking for the new solutions and whatever. But current leads, current people are looking for the same solution, or they already have one that they've worked with for however many years. They're pretty okay with it, they don't really love it, and you have a chance of selling, but you do not offer all the features. So at this point you need to take the risk of like building the features, maybe losing a little bit of money even, and then going back to that niche, going back to that market, going back to those people and sell it. Market it even more, because obviously now you have new features, so new LinkedIn posts, right? And you market it. You market it until you actually cross that chasm, right? Until you actually get into that majority market. So the point is, before you move on to vertical solution 2, you need to make sure you've won that market. You've already got the early adopters, you've already got the innovators. Now you jumped into the majority, and from there it's going to be easy to sell, because if you look at this graph as well, you look at the blue part, it's pretty easy to sell from there, because, well, you're already in the majority. As soon as you have got the early majority, there's no gap anymore, right? You don't see the gap anymore. You still need to deliver, you still need to do work, but it's not as hard, because there's no additional development work, or maybe it's very little. And as soon as you keep focusing, or at least as soon as you make sure you keep focusing, you can get this flywheel to spin really fast and dominate that entire market. Cool, we dominated that market, boom, now let's go on to the next one, right? So then go on to the next one. Like, that is the flywheel that we're going for. So going back to the offer, to the funnel, you have to do this per solution. You have to do this, because otherwise you're not crossing to the majority and your solution is just going to be stuck. Maybe that's exactly what's happening right now. Like, that's what I'm making you aware of right now, because maybe that's just what it is. Maybe you just have shiny object syndrome. You already move on to the next vertical solution before you got the flywheel spinning that you need to keep spinning. Tough. So that's why you need to define the onboarding flow per solution. You define the target audience and sales flow per solution. And you also define the missing pieces and talent. As you can imagine, selling to an environmental scientist is going to be different than to an urban planner and different than to a construction worker or a construction company for that matter, right? To the decision maker in each of those types of niches. Because there are different people, if different needs, if different dream outcomes, different perceived likelihoods of achievements, because you have more testimonials in one niche than the other, and the time delay and effort and sacrifice are also going to be different because possibly they need to pay you for more development costs or it's going to take longer for that matter. So if you can set the expectations right and you can get testimonials for one, or you can just break into a market with the innovators and you actually come up with a good idea that you deliver on and they don't really care that it's taking longer and taking a little effort, that's going to be different. So you need to define an onboarding flow and you need to kind of make it make sense. So if you have an onboarding flow in a niche that you already have 20 clients in, maybe you can deliver in one day. Maybe you can. At least I would highly suggest you can, because if you can do that, you can sell. Because look, if somebody wants a six-pack, right? If I want a six-pack, wait, that doesn't really make sense because... So if a fat person wants a six-pack, right? They want it tomorrow. If they can work and do nothing, they don't have to work, they can get a six-pack tomorrow. Or they need to wait 6 years before they can get a six-pack. They'll pay you a lot of money for having a six-pack tomorrow. Like waking up tomorrow, they take some magic pill and boom, all their problems are gone and they have a flipping six-pack. They're going to pay you a lot of money, right? If they actually have to put a lot of effort and sacrifice and you tell them the honest story, which I highly encourage you to do, to be honest, because otherwise you're lying, it's going to take them very long. If you tell them, yeah, you're pretty heavy right now, you're going to have to go to the gym for about 6 years, 6 times a week. You have to do a workout, you have to do cardio, you have to do a push-pull legs routine, but you have a six-pack done, so pretty sick, right? They're kind of going to see a little less value because it's going to take longer. The same thing applies for this, right? The same thing applies for your software solution because a construction company, they just want to make the money and as quick as possible because, well, why would they waste time? At least that's my worldview. Like maybe some people hate money or they're, I don't know, for whatever reason, they don't want to build houses or they don't want to build businesses, like cool. But we want to work with those people. We want to work with people who want to be quick and make money. So define that onboarding flow and tell them, at least if you can deliver on like a solution within a week, make sure you do that, right? Because that is a good onboarding flow and that's a promise you can make that holds value. Cool. In that process, you're also going to be looking into, okay, what is the offer? What is the solution that we're currently looking at in this vertical? And to what extent do we already deliver this and actually sell this? Like how quick is the flywheel currently spinning and what are we missing? Because if we go back into like just one of these verticals and just kind of look at the words, we need somebody to do marketing, we need somebody to do sales, we need somebody to do development, or at least like develop the product. Doesn't even have to be a programmer, but can be. And you need people to do onboarding, kind of like customer success, right? So if we go back into this chart and we look at those missing pieces and the talent, there's a few things right there. And assuming you're in a particular solution and you have the early adopters, you have a few of the innovators, but you do not have majority stakes in the market, you want to get majority stakes in the market. And you already have the product, more or less, because you can deliver on it. People buy it. So you already probably have a little bit of product development in place. You already probably have a little bit of customer success in place. But your sales and marketing, or at least the commercial side of things, is probably lacking. That's probably what it is, right? But maybe it's even the product development or the customer success. It could be either, but there's probably something lacking here. So you're going to have to define that for that solution. Do we have enough people who are actually like doing account management within construction companies or like for construction companies for that niche? Are we actually like marketing that? Are we actually like reaching out to people in that niche? Chances are you aren't, or you're just not doing enough. Like, are there people when you're sleeping that are actually like reaching out to those people, like getting you appointments? Probably not, right? So if they are, you're doing a great job. If they are not, get those people on your team or get on a sales call with me, link in the description, and I'll make sure you have them, right? So we can hire and train appointment setters. And once again, this is the done for you service that I will sell to you on that sales call, hopefully, most likely, because otherwise you probably won't even go to the sales call. You probably want this, or you don't, and if you don't, then, well, you'll just keep consuming my content and try and do it yourself and figure it out yourself. I mean, do you, whatever you want. You define the watering holes of that target audience, right? Cool. Where are the construction companies, CEOs hanging out? Probably they're Well, they could be at a live event, to be honest. Like, you could go there and have people talk to them there, have an account manager there. You could do that. Or you get setters. They go to LinkedIn. They go to the LinkedIn groups that they're in. They go to the Twitter groups that they're in. They go to the communities that they're in. They look through the newspapers or like the magazines in that niche, and they find the people and they reach out to them. They cold call them. They email them. They DM them, and boom, they do outreach. To be honest, I'm saying DM outreach. We can probably like do a couple things there, but we get setters and we get more calls on your calendar or on your sales rep calendar. Just quickly, let's go back to the hire and train extra talent. That is part of it, right? Like, you just want more appointments. That's probably the thing that's mainly lacking. Aside from that, you need to be able to deliver on whatever promise that you make or whatever product that you're selling. So you need somebody to do product development. You need people to do customer success, sales and marketing. Maybe the product already kind of makes sense, or you don't really need more product development. Could be very true. Maybe you just need a new marketer. Maybe you need somebody to do delivery. Could be anything. Then you want to hire and train extra talent. Boom, same thing. This is my backend offer. So if you need more of that, you can get more of that. If you just need the appointment setting, you can get just the appointment setting. Either way, we'll go through this process so that we actually define everything properly. We actually make sure that you have the right offers and solution on the table. You have the right target audience and sales flow, onboarding flow, and you have the right pieces and talent on your team. You get appointments, you get a consistent lead flow, and you get sales on your calendar. And otherwise, if it's missing, you make sure you get a sales rep, or you get a marketer, or you get a customer success, or you get somebody to do product development for you, whatever it may be. If you want to sell a solution, you don't even need to do everything in-house. You can have an agency do it. You can get the product development done by a partner, whatever, but make sure you actually have that talent on your team in one way or another. If not, hire and train extra talent, right? Or you have me do it. That's what my backend offer is. You get a lot of calls on your calendar. You sell them, or you don't, because maybe my sellers are doing not that great of a job. We defined the wrong watering holes, whatever. Probably won't happen, but could happen, right? You go on a call with my customer success manager, or myself, probably my customer success manager, or at least your sales rep does, or the sales rep that we placed in your business does, or the product developer that's did, whatever, right? So that call, it could be you as the CEO, could be you as the COO, could be sales rep, could be your own sales rep, could be a sales rep we placed into your business. Whatever it may be, they need to communicate with my customer success manager every week, bi-weekly, monthly, even kind of depends on what their schedule is looking like. We will make sure that works. And we refine the offer and improve the team. Because chances are they, as the sales rep, find out the offer can be delivered or cannot be delivered for whatever reason. Maybe they don't get like the best results from the sellers, so we need to improve that. Maybe there's not enough marketing. Maybe there's not enough testimonials. We just kind of literally go back into this flywheel and see what's missing. Make sure it's no longer missing, right? And to be honest, the sales rep probably will be able to do a pretty fair assessment of that. So make sure you're aware of that. Make sure that the sales rep actually is doing his calls, obviously, and give him a full calendar, and make sure he doesn't have to do all of the boring stuff that you have to do here, right? But they do have to do like a little bit of feedback into the customer success manager so that they can get better appointment setters, or at least train them up to be better, or maybe get more sales and marketing work done aside from what the sales rep is already doing. Or maybe the sales rep is just doing a bad job. That could also be the case, but highly unlikely if you have a proper one or one that's trained by us. And this is one piece of it as well. Obviously, it's kind of this piece, like the sales and development thing. Your sales rep, they'll be able to do your call. They'll be able to take the call, and they'll be able to feed back information into the product development team. Product development then has to tell him, yo, we can't build this. Or they tell him, okay, we can build that, and the sales rep gets the sale. Or they do another call, an extra call, and they get the sale. That information, which the sales rep kind of has to talk to product development about, has to also go back into the customer success manager. Because if the product development team continuously says, we can't do it, we can't do it, we can't do it, well, it's going to be a tough time for the sales rep. Maybe we're in the wrong niche. Maybe we need to pivot the offer, get the appointment setters to get different types of appointments. But we need to make sure that this flow works because it needs to sell, right? Like, we can't just have a business that doesn't sell. So we need to make this work, and we'll make it work. But that means that the sales rep has to communicate with customer success every week, every 2 weeks, every month. Kind of depends on how well things are going, right? That being said, that's kind of what the flow is looking like. And maybe at some point, the sales rep or you has taken over the entire market. So they're like in the laggards phase where there's like old people who have used the same product for 40 or 50 years and they finally even buy your product. That's when you know you've probably kind of like dominated the market a little too hard and you want to move on to the next one. You probably already moved on to the next one because otherwise you're probably very slow in doing so. Because as soon as you're like over 50% of the market or over the chasm, you've bridged that gap essentially, you're already in a place where it makes sense to move on to the next vertical because the flywheel already starts spinning by itself, right? So that's when you get the product development team and the marketing team to kind of look ahead, kind of branching out into different niches, kind of look at, okay, what's there? What niche can we try next? What feature does that require? What is the logical next step, which is like your strategy basically. That's kind of the next step from there. And maybe your sales rep is like, yeah, cool, we'll do the next market. And the appointment setters will just train them to do the next market. And they won't really complain. They'll just appointment set, right? They keep doing their work. Or we get new ones that do the work, right? Either way, we'll just make sure that you get flipping appointments on your sales calendar. Simple. If you don't sell them, you do the same thing I'm doing and you connect them on your content platform on LinkedIn. Or you connect them on Twitter. You put them in some sort of sequence where they're being nurtured. And once again, backend offer. I can do this for you, my team can do this for you, or you can just do it yourself. Maybe you already have a marketing team, like who am I to say that? Like I can't judge. But maybe there is a great marketing team, you don't have to do it. Maybe there needs to be a little more communication there, maybe not. And you just need to have this system in place, basically. Done for you, done with you, or do it yourself. You have a nurturing place, right? A place where you just nurture your leads, a place where they are being pushed into the content platform. Maybe you even want to do that like niche by niche, like Esri does with all of their separate industries and separate pages. Maybe you just want to connect them on LinkedIn because at least they're seeing some sort of content of your business, right? Make sure that the leads who do not buy are on your platform so that you can keep nurturing them. It's that simple. So connect with them on the platform. So either you as the person on LinkedIn, for example, you connect them and then you invite them to your page or like the product page, right? Or you just continuously repost stuff with that page. You continuously post stuff on your personal page. Maybe you don't even have a corporate page. I don't really care what it is, but make sure they're just continuously being indoctrinated with that content. And once again, we're looking at this equation, which is the offer equation by Alex Ramosi. Dream outcome, perceived likelihood of achievement, time delay, effort, and sacrifice. If your marketing communicates this, which basically is what marketing is, communicating the sale, and sale is actually selling the concept, selling the value. Marketing is just putting the value out there, getting eyes onto it, getting eyes onto that offer. That will sell, right? People will want to buy. So marketing just has to test for each solution. Okay, which one gets us people on the sales calls, right? Cool. So somebody needs to kind of oversee that so that marketing is at least doing enough in each niche. Same thing for the appointment setters. Then you need enough appointments for each niche that you're working in so that the flywheels that you've kind of expanded outward from, like you already have the leads in, keep spinning. You need to keep the wheels spinning. You can't just leave them there, but you don't need to put too much focus into them because you're trying to make a new one profitable, right? So you just need to make each one profitable and then move on to the next. Cool. So marketing has to sell the dream outcome of that niche, which probably they need to communicate a little bit with the sales rep and the product team as well, because, well, that's what marketing has to do. That's their job, right? Figure out what is the dream outcome, what do they want from this solution, what is the perceived likelihood of achievement, do we post enough testimonials, in other words, time delay, so is there enough time for them to buy this solution? Or actually, that's the wrong way to go about it. How much time does it take to deliver on this solution? Can we deliver on the solution within 2-3 weeks? Then do it, because that's what people want. They want it quick, right? They want it quick. And then there's the effort and sacrifice. So what does this mean for their business? Do they move on from a different software platform? then maybe we have a little bit of a problem there, right? Because maybe that's a big sacrifice for them. Or maybe that requires a lot of effort for them. So maybe you need to communicate like, hey, we also do like the service of migrating all of your data sets. We also do the service of building the viewer. Maybe you do that service, right? You provide that as a service. And that is kind of how you mitigate the perceived effort and sacrifice of the potential client. And the time delay as well, because well, it will take them a lot of time, right? So that's what you have your customer success team do or your product team do, but just make sure that the marketing team actually communicates that properly, sets the expectations right, and well, makes it make sense, right? So to also mitigate the time delay and the effort and sacrifice, to also increase the dream outcome and increase the perceived likelihood of achievement, to communicate how much value your solution provides. Cool. Next, the content and the testimonials. It'll drive people to your website, which will drive people to your newsletter. Or maybe you have a community, maybe, I don't know what you have, but you need some place where you can convert those eyeballs into more people on the calls with the sales rep. Or you just get them on the newsletter and convert that into calls with the sales rep. Either way, you need to have your content team do some pretty heavy lifting and some pretty serious work. Maybe you even need to run ads. Maybe you need them to do content. You need to split this a lot of things. It will be a lot of work, but you need to do it. Per solution, right? So maybe you even need content teams per vertical. That's how deep this gets. But you can get a very profitable solution as soon as you're in the majority of the market, or like you've basically penetrated the market to the point where you're at the majority level, right? So make sure that your content team actually does enough. And your appointment setting team or my appointment setting team that we place into your business does enough. Because you just need volume. You just need a lot of volume to actually get enough sales calls. Because if you have one sales call a day and you're trying to sell a software solution mass market to urban planners, constructions, workers, environmental sciences, or like 30 different types of organizations or verticals, you're gonna need to do a whole lot of volume in each of those solutions before they become profitable. But it can be done. Just do it, right? Like, I don't care how many appointment setters you have. I don't care how much ad spend you spend on, but just make sure you have enough flipping calls on the calendar and they convert and they actually make you money, right? You can have 300 calls. I don't even care how many calls you have on the calendar. Really, at the end, it's just about how much money can you actually get into your pocket with your offer. That's what it's really about. Truthfully, I mean, calendar calls are going to be a great indicator because probably you're selling a solution which is going to be more or less the same for each client within a vertical. But it is a great indicator. And same thing with the amount of DMs sent. It is a great indicator. The amount of appointment setters that are working full time and actually being productive and actually sending DMs is going to be a great indicator. So you just need to have a whole lot of throughput to actually get people on the call, to actually get the offer out there. Simple. This looks really complicated maybe, but you've listened to it for 45 minutes possibly, maybe a little less, a little more, but you've listened to this for a while and you understand that this process, it makes a lot of sense. Next, this offer gets people on the onboarding because you've sold it, right? Or your sales rep has sold it. Customer success manager. Do you have a customer success manager? No? Okay, we'll place a customer success manager in your business. They'll do the onboarding, they'll handle that and make sure that delivery is good. They'll get on a call with the client. Yo, what are your specific needs? Is there any like things that we didn't really communicate properly in the offer? Is there anything that is special about your business, right? And what is the dream outcome of your situation? What things do you need? Like what things move the needle? Basically, once again, let's look at the offer equation. The dream outcome and the perceived likelihood of achievement, because well, they can get a refund or whatever type of guarantee you have. The communication between sales and customer success has to be good as well, because the sales guy has to showcase the time delay, like, okay, we can deliver this in 2 hours or whatever. If the customer success person then says, no, we actually need 2 weeks, yeah, the dream outcome and the perceived likelihood of achievement are going to be decreased because they don't really believe that the perceived likelihood of achievement is there because your team is not even communicating properly. Well, then there's not much value. And the effort and sacrifice is probably going to be higher in their end because they'll have to do a lot of follow-ups. Value decreases. That's just the truth. So if your team doesn't communicate, the value decreases. There's no value anymore. There's a little value and you kind of can't charge the same prices. But if the customer success manager does a proper job and they just kind of are in line with what the salesperson says, and they assure the client of, yes, we can deliver this, yes, we can deliver this very quickly, yes, your specific requirements are also going to be taken into account. They can deliver and evaluate with the client. Hey, we made the viewer, we made the dashboard, we did the work, we got the thing done, your platform is set up, we did the migration of your data, we built the thing, whatever it may be. They evaluate. What do you need next? Is this enough? Is it okay? Do you want more? How happy are you with the solution? Can we help with marketing? Can we help you out with more development? How do you want this to look? What branding do you want? What URL do you want? How can we make it better, right? Communicated to product development. Maybe even sell more because, well, maybe the client just has completely different new ideas of what it will look like in terms of their solution. So you're going to have to communicate with product development. They're going to tell you, okay, it's going to take us 8 hours. And you're going to tell the client, like, okay, if we build this additional thing, it's going to take us 8 hours on the development side. Cool, that it has this cost related to it. We'll send you a quote and we'll build that next. But maybe that's not even the case. Maybe if they're just happy and that's it, right? Whatever it may be, customer success will keep them happy. They'll evaluate what it looks like and they'll retain the client. Retained client, happy client, retained client will lead to affiliates. They'll say to their friends, whoa, this solution is amazing. And guess what happens? You start growing and the flywheel starts spinning because, well, that's what you need. You just want a flywheel that spins quickly. You want a lot of word of mouth and to do as little in marketing as possible. Because, well, what is the strongest form of marketing? Affiliates. Word of mouth. Everyone knows it. Because it's quick, it's real, it has everything it needs because it has like the authority, it has the authenticity, and it has the proof that the solution works. Because imagine your neighbor has a new car and you look at the car and it's like, okay, indeed this car works. It fits his entire family in there and it's fast, whatever it may be. You're like, okay, that is a pretty good car. You know what? I might buy that car as well, or I might look into that brand as well. Boom. You get on a sales call, you get on a sales rep, or you talk to a sales rep, right? That's just how things go. Maybe you ask your colleague about the laptop that you just bought, or they ask you about what it's like. You're like, this is a pretty damn good laptop. At some point, like the battery maybe wasn't perfect and we had to get it replaced, but I already used it for 5 years. I would definitely recommend that brand. Boom. New solution comes up. Because your clients present a solution to their friend, to their colleague, to the other person involved in that same niche. So more people come in and you get more affiliates. The flywheel just starts spinning, and obviously like the affiliates basically just, I could even draw this right here, right? Because more people get on calls, or like maybe more people like go to your website or start watching your content. But one day or another, they'll get on a call and they'll buy from you. So that's what you want. You want affiliates. But not just affiliates, you want testimonials. Because maybe for whatever reason, your product is pretty good, but people don't continuously communicate with people who are in that same niche. Imagine like an urban planning agency or whatever, or some sort of like environmental scientist office. They'll have a lot of affiliates, or they'll have a lot of people who work in that niche, but maybe all of them are in the same country and they don't really talk to people in the other country, or there's just only one of those agencies in that niche in your country, whatever it may be. And this just doesn't really work, or maybe there's not that much word of mouth. It's just a little limited. Boom, you can get testimonials and you can do the same thing. Because like as soon as you have Dutch urban planning agencies doing something, the German ones want it as well. Because they are like, okay, the Dutch ones are doing a pretty good job there. I'm seeing it work. I'm seeing this is a business I know because they're doing the same thing that we're doing in Germany, right? And they'll see like, okay, it works. And they actually communicate about this product that it is great. Get people on a call, get a video. Maybe you want to host an event and get videos like the little interviews with your clients. Maybe you have them post your thing, have them post a review, have them do like a joint blog post with you. Whatever it may be, get a testimonial in. Because if you get the testimonial in, you're going to get affiliates. And guess what happens next? You have content. Boom, that content, which ideally speaking is a testimonial, is going to increase the perceived likelihood of achievement, increase the dream outcome maybe even, or like even present the dream outcome in the first place. Show that the time delay isn't that crazy, show that the effort and sacrifice is very limited, and boom, more people go to your website, more people get on calls. Maybe more people get into your newsletter, get on calls, whatever. You just get more throughput in your ecosystem. Boom, that's what you want. That's literally what you want, because it will get you more calls, it will get you more sales, get you more money. You can go on vacations more often, right? Whatever it may be, or you can get that new Porsche. Cool. Gift or discount on renewals. That's what you want to present to get the testimonial in the first place. So if I want to have a testimonial from you as soon as you bought from me, I've done a proper job on the onboarding, I've got the appointment setters in your business, I've over-delivered on the value that I wanted to present to you. You're like, okay, this guy's good, this guy's great, this guy's amazing. Took my business to the next level. I'm going to ask you, hey, maybe you want to get on a call. You can post it on YouTube. Maybe we can do like a LinkedIn blog post together, or you can kind of hop on a podcast with me or whatever. Maybe you want to record a little video for me where you kind of do a little demo of what you built, whatever it may be, or what we built, obviously. Like, let's get the effort and sacrifice on, like, leg down, because I built it for you most likely, or possibly. Whatever it may be, I need to give you something to do the testimonial for you, because, well, I can just ask you to get on a video call, and maybe you're like, yes, this is an amazing solution, we wanted to get on a call, because, well, we're just so happy with the solution, I love it. Could be the case, but, well, what goes around comes around. I probably need to give you something in return, so I'm going to give you a hoodie, I'm going to give you a keychain, whatever, right? I'm going to give you a pen, I'm going to give you exposure. It could be anything. Like, I give you some sort of gift in return for you giving me a testimonial, or I already have over-delivered on value so bad, you just want to give me a testimonial. Like, you just see that link on my website somewhere, or that link on my profile or my email sequence, or you just see the Trustpilot, me on Trustpilot, or like my company on Trustpilot, and you're like, this guy, he does his job properly. Or you go to Google Maps, whatever, maybe you want to leave that review. Cool, you can do that. Like, nobody's stopping you, right? Anyways, that's what the testimonial part is looking like. So get testimonials in for your business, or even like have me do it, or have my content team do it. We can get on those calls with your clients, we can offer them the gift, we can go into the email sequence, we can present them with the link, we can make sure you get those testimonials in. Whatever it may be, you want to get those affiliates in, you want to get those testimonials in, you want to get a little word of mouth going, you want to have the testimonials going, and you want to, well, give them something, or you can even do a discount on renewals, right? So I can give you a hoodie, I can give you a pen, I can give you a keychain, which all of maybe made a little sense. I don't know. Maybe you don't care for any of those. Or just tell you, hey, if you renew next year on the subscription, on the annual subscription, and you get the annual subscription in 2026, you get 10% off because you've given it as a testimonial. Amazing. Let's move on to the next bit, the next project, the next thing, the next piece, right? Next block. Testimonial. Yes, we've gotten our testimonial. More people go to our website. More people connect with you on the content platform. More people go into the newsletter. More people get on the call. Your offer starts to grow. Your offer becomes big. You make a lot of money. The onboarding is perfect. Evaluation and retention is there. You get more affiliates. You get more testimonials. And guess what? You get even more testimonials on the website. There's more people on the website. You get more calls. Your offer becomes even better. You can move on to the next market. I love this video. I enjoyed it. I think it's amazing. I love this funnel. I love this idea. I love this concept. I hope you loved it as well, as much as I did. If you have some sort of software business, you can hop on a call with me. I hope to bring you the same energy as I do right now. And yeah, we'll just grow your business, right? So feel free to hop on that call, like go to my website, book one in. You'll probably talk to one of my appointment setters or VAs. And we'll just get this process going for you. Oh wait, I missed one thing. As soon as I've delivered on your stuff, right? You get good content, you get this whole flywheel going, it goes quick. I get you on a testimonial video, I get you on the blog post. More people get into the newsletter, more people go to the website, more people get onto that free call, and I get more sales. What goes around comes around, right? The better the solution that we deliver, the more clients that we get. The happier our clients are, the more clients that we get. I hope that's been a great video. I enjoyed it. Hope to see you on the call. Either way, see you in another video. And you can just keep going for this little sequence right here. And otherwise, I'll hope to see you in this little sequence that we implement in your business right there. Thank you for watching.